Hello everyone and welcome to the Not For Hire YouTube channel. Today we're working here on Jolly Green, part 2 of the coolant system. If this is your first time watching, there's 5 other videos on this truck. So go to my channel, there's a playlist and they're all in order, you can watch there. But let's get started. I said I'll be happy when this is over. Holy crap. Alright, I got it all jacked up here. Next thing I'm going to do is I'd really like to take this air conditioning pump off. There's bolts on the back, and I got them off, but they're all rusty and like stuck in it. So I want to take the hoses off, slide this AC compressor out, then I can clean the pulleys up, and it'll just be easier off the truck. And then I can get in. I want to take that fan out, and then if I can get the hoses off, I can get the fan out of there pretty easily. So then I can paint that whole assembly. I want to clean the blades up, polish them up or whatever. If you were to put some silicone spray on them, which is probably a good idea. So let's, what do you guys bet? It's got gas in it or not? Oh, did you hear that? Oh, it did. It had a little bit of gas in it. So that's good. Maybe the system actually does hold. All right. Well, that's good news. Luckily, I mean, there's like nothing in it though. It was just a little hiss, but I don't feel bad about taking it apart now. It's definitely going back on. This truck will have AC before it hits. I mean, maybe not before it hits the road, but it will have AC when I start driving it because I have a dozen trucks and none of them had air conditioning. This one's gonna have AC because I'm not getting stuck in traffic in this hot box with no air conditioning. But all right, let's take this thing apart. All right, got the AC pump off, and there's a lot more room now. So that's good. Now I can get in there. You can see I got some rust issues on this pulley that I got to address before putting the new belts on. I'm gonna try to just take the whole fan assembly out of there so I can clean that up too really good. And one of my viewers mentioned you might as well just do the water pump while you're there, and I think they might be right. We'll see how difficult. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's never ends, but it's all right. Okay, got the fan assembly out. I'm gonna say I'll be definitely taking the fan off before I put that back in because that was not fun. That thing's real heavy. So, but I looked into this water pump, and they're fairly inexpensive. So, as much as I don't want to, I think I should change it. And that way I can get in there, I can clean the whole front of this engine up, I can paint everything. They'll have a brand new water pump, and I know I don't have to worry about it. I'm hoping that this water pump is the same as the regular flow water pumps. This is a lot of work to be doing to a low flow. I know a lot of this system is not good, and not like pretty much nobody's a fan of it. So, but what I would like to do is find a whole other parts truck with a regular flow system and take it off and put it on this truck. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna stick this thing back together and in hopes of it doesn't overheat on me. I don't I mean, I'm not gonna load. I don't know, but I don't think I'm gonna be loading this thing up too heavy, and I'm just gonna be driving around Connecticut, so I don't, for now at least. So I don't think I'll have too many troubles. It's not like I'm hooking a big. Well, I do have a dry van back there. More I think about it, the less I want to even mess with the system. I should just take it off and throw it out and go buy another one, but I can only imagine how much one of those radiators cost. I know somebody said for a new truck it was like $4,000 for their new radiator on their truck, but yeah, I could probably get a whole other truck for $4 grand. I only paid $3 for this one, so I could probably get a parts truck for $2 grand, $2,500. But all right, let's keep on plugging away here. All right, water pump is out. It wasn't that bad at all, seeing how it's already half taken apart. This thing's pretty big though. See? Yeah, it is Cummins. Oh shit, it says Cummins on it. So it's probably the original one. This pulley's plastic or some kind of fiber material probably or whatever. Let's have a little play. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. Yeah. So, as you can see, comes with the serpentine belt pulley. Well, it doesn't come with it. I got to take this off. But it has the mount for it. So, that'll be getting replaced. I mean, and this works out good because now I don't have to clean this pulley. And I can clean this one really good because it's already off the motor engine. So, I only have the crank pulley to clean and that other pulley over there with the serpentine on it, and the alternator pulley, which I'm probably just going to pull the alternator off since it's already halfway off, and see what I could see. Maybe just go have it rebuilt anyways. I don't know. Spending a lot of money here, but I know it'll be worth it in the end. And believe it or not, I'm actually enjoying the hell out of myself. This is actually a lot of fun to me. I know that's probably pretty strange to some people, but it's different. You know, I've never worked on one of these before, so everything's just been a learning experience, and that's what pretty much makes me happy. So, all right, I gotta go find a water pump and start cleaning this up. I'm gonna tape off where the water pump came out, clean up that surface, tape it up, and then once I'm ready to put it all back together, so I'm probably gonna pressure wash this again, and then I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go here. Alright, I got the alternator off. And you can see, I had one of those real good times. Broken bolt. But luckily there's enough sticking out of there I can get onto it or something. But yeah, I ended up taking the whole bracket off because this bolt, although it spins, it's pretty well seized in there. So I'm going to have to heat it up and unscrew it. But alright, I'm actually gonna just go. I found them online for 150 bucks. Believe it or not, this big ass alternator for 150 bucks. But I think I'm just gonna go drop it off at my local electric place and just let them go through it. It probably won't cost me much more than that, and I'll know he stands behind this stuff, so I know it'll be good. But alright, what else can I break? Look what just showed up. The thermostats and the gasket. It's like a thermostat kit or whatever. But good. So that came in a couple days. I thought it was going to take a week to get that, so that's good. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but this whole assembly is actually wiggling, so you can just hear it in there. It probably didn't have long for this world, so I'm glad I'm doing this. My instinct said change it, so, and after somebody mentioned it, I was like, you know what, that's a really good idea. So alright, off to Napa. Alright, just got back from Napa and I got my new pump here, but let me see if I can find it. I can't hold this thing up. I mean, to some people, probably wouldn't be a big deal. Let's see. But right there, the pulley's mashed. And that's not, that's not a big deal. I could take a file and just fix that. But the more I look at this impeller here, the less and less I like it. I know my pump certainly didn't have a big chunk taken out of it on every piece. I mean, I don't know if it's originally, I don't know if they make them like that, but I'm gonna say they don't. And just everything is really rough. And look at this. Like, water's gonna get by this, I'm pretty sure. So they can take this junk back. And you can see clearly there is a ton of corrosion around it. That just looks like it's gonna be a problem for sure. You can see there's one spot somebody whacked it with a hammer. I mean, you can just see this whole edge is just chowdered up. So, you know, it was cheap. I should have known better because it was $62 with the core. But the only problem is now they got my good core, which is probably, I mean, I know is better than this one. So, and it is a, you know, it's a Cummins part, but it's obviously just reman. Jeez. But yeah, all right, back to Napa. I hope they still got mine sitting there because I don't want this one. At least I'm gonna order a new one still. I'm just gonna order a better one. All right, I came outside and I jacked the cab back up today, and look what I noticed. One of the lines is leaking for the lift, and I'm glad I noticed that because that would have really sucked if that completely blew out when I was underneath this thing, even with the little safety on it. So I got a big piece of square tubing here, or whatever it's called, and got it on the cab, and I got it hit there on the ground, and if it goes down, it'll slide and hit the tank if it does move. And I'm putting a lot of trust in that little lip right there, but it's better than nothing. Right now the weight is forward, so it's okay, and I got the strap on it from going the other way, but that's not good. So I'm gonna have to replace some hoses. Might as well do them all. Never ends, but it's all right. It'll be a brand new truck by the time I'm done. I wasn't really planning on restoring it, but turns out just replacing the things I need is basically restoring this truck. So it's not the end of the world. But all right, I'm gonna get my vacuum cleaner. Let me show you why. As you can see, I got some of the flakes of paint down in the tube. So I'm going to take my vacuum cleaner, suck that out, and cap that off before I do that again, before I pressure wash it all. But yeah. Oh, and I got some acorns down there in the radiator, so I'm going to suck those out too. Alright, I got everything taped off. So I'm going to fire up the pressure washer, power washer. What do you guys call it? Pressure washer, power washer? Leave a comment down below. And start trying to chip some of this paint off. This is the only time, well, one of the times that I wish I had a little bit bigger pressure washer, because this one's kind of too small. The reason I like these little ones is that, well, not only are they cheap, but you can't really hurt anything with them. Like, say if I hit the radiator with a real powerful one, it would just put a hole right in it and rip the fins out of it, and I don't want that to happen. So I like it just for doing this kind of stuff, but to peel this paint off, it'd be nice to have a real powerful one, because I could probably take most of this paint off like nothing with one. But in the future, I want to get one of those, I don't know if you guys watch Andrew Camerata, but he's got a real nice one, hot water one. That's what I really want, because those things are like 2-3 grand, so someday. Alright, I gave it a quick power wash. Now I'm going to drown it in purple power and then rinse it off again. Alright, as you can see, going to town, grinding away. I got my little angle biscuit grinder thingy, I don't know what you call it, but I got these little flap discs, which I didn't even know existed, for the hell do you call that thing? Angle grinder? I don't remember what you call that, but I got them for that. I used to call it the biscuit grinder or whatever, but I used to get those biscuit ones, and they wear out pretty quick. And these things, I mean, I've been grinding away. I did a bunch of stuff you guys didn't see yet, and they're not really wearing out. So they're almost, I mean, the pack of them is almost, there's only 5 of them, and it was almost $50. So they're not cheap. I got them in Napa, but they're pretty good. Pretty impressed with them. But I'm gonna keep sanding away here. Alright. Whew, I'm tired. Took all day, but what I have is a completely sanded down Big Cam Cummins. You can tell because the sun's on this side of the truck now. Everything I could get a wheel on, I ground. And I didn't just stop at the top of the block. Went all the way down, did the oil pan, did underneath. The only thing I can't get behind is the oil filters, and I'll do that when I take the filters off again. All underneath the pan. Everything. Like I said, a lot of work, but I know it'll the paint will lay on there real nice and it'll look really good. But I'm gonna give it one more wash and then it'll be ready for paint tomorrow after it dries. Alright, I'm done rinsing it off. Yeah, I didn't think this I didn't think a coolant service is going to turn into a painting the whole entire engine, but it's worth it. Just being able to put the fresh paint on there and not having it flake off. So stuff ain't cheap. Yes, sir. Alright. Well, I'll see you guys in the morning when it's all dry. Alright guys, it's the next day. It's all dry, but looks like it's probably gonna rain. So either I gotta wait till it gets sunny out or I'm gonna have to wait till another day to paint it. But in the meantime, cleaning up. I don't know if you guys saw in one of the other clips, but this front pulley had a lot of chunks on it. And I'm still cleaning it, I'm not done yet, but yeah, I'm plugging away at this for right now till it gets sunny out, then I'll paint. I gotta go pick up my water pump today because it came in, and yeah, that's about it. Alright, started taping the exhaust off because I don't want to smell burning paint as I'm driving down the road. I know some people usually don't do that. I know if you just spray it on there, it'll just burn right off, but I don't want to deal with that. Well, I was standing here trying to find stuff to tape off. I got a phone call, and I think you guys are gonna think it's pretty cool. But he said he would throw me or send me the clip, so I'm gonna insert it right here.
So, Mike, not for hire. Guess who I'm standing here with?
Who?
Chad Keegan.
Really?
Yeah, he's standing right here beside me. You want to say hello?
Yeah.
He's right here.
How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Not bad, just hanging out this show here.
Oh, nice. You're at the truck show, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're out in Ashland, Ohio. He's got his one truck here. It's, what year, Kenworth, is it?
1983 K100.
K100, cabover. And you were just talking about him, and I was telling Justin's here with me, the guy the friend of ours we're doing the ambulance for. And I was just telling him, I said, somebody was just mentioning Chad Keegan. I didn't remember who it was. And lo and behold, it was Mike.
Yep.
Isn't that funny?
Yep, a small world.
Yep. So I thought.
I saw he was out in Ohio. I was wondering how close he was to me.
He's probably about what, 4 hours in?
We're only, 4 hours probably from Youngstown.
Yeah, he's about 4 hours away from us. Yeah. Yeah, so I thought it was interesting. I thought you'd get a kick out of it. So we're going to do an interview and put him on our channel.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And then we'll send you this footage so you can use it on yours.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right? All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Isn't that pretty crazy, guys? If you guys don't know who Chad Keegan is, I gave him a shout out in the last video. And just so happens he happened to be at the same show that J.C. Smith was at. Well, if you don't know who J.C. Smith is, you better go follow him. And if you don't know who Chad Keegan is, you better go follow him too. Or go subscribe to them. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. 3 YouTubers on the phone at once. But, YouTuber. I never thought of myself as a YouTuber, but I guess I am. Cool. Alright, taping all the hoses off and stuff, so I'm gonna continue doing that before it rains. Alright, off to Napa, go pick up my water pump. First I gotta go drop a ladder off, but alright, got our new water pump. This one's actually new. It's a Gates pump. Pulley is nice, not all mashed up. Fins, there's one little tiny chunk missing out of it, but the rest are all nice. So I guess we'll let that slide, seeing how the casting is actually good. But yeah, world of difference. This one was $124, so it's the best one they had. There was no other option, so I think it'll be fine. Alright, I'm gonna paint it and throw it in. I didn't mention that. Best part is I got my old one back, so at least things go south. I have to put the old one back in, I guess. I don't know. Guess I'm crazy. But alright. Got my Cummins beige. It's time to paint this. I've been waiting all day. I probably should have just painted it and it would have been done by now. But I get started here and hopefully it don't rain or nothing. If it does, I'll just have to lower the cab, that's all. Oh yeah, looking better already. Alright. I'll get back to you when it's done, because I'm going to need 2 hands and got that all painted up. Look, the Cummins gods are smiling down on us. Not bad, right? Let's look at the other side. Yes, sir. All painted. It was, how many cans? 6 cans, 5 cans on the engine. And then I have like half a can left. Not bad. I mean, that's the best you could do in a frame. But it's coming out pretty good. Now this looks like crap. I wonder if can you guys tell me if you can ceramic coat these heads or exhaust manifolds? Because that would be pretty nice. There's I think a plating company right down the road from me that could coat this. Okay, I'm gonna I sprayed this off with the pressure washer the other day and I don't see anything else wet on it. but I mean, there's no pressure on it, so, and I can't tell which hose is leaking. I'm pretty sure it's this front one, and this front one runs up to the little clasp for the shifting linkage that goes there. So it's pretty easy. It just goes right down through here, and then up, comes through here, up, and then to this. So it's not too bad. If that's the one, though, but I can't really tell. So I'm gonna lower it down, stay far away from it, and hopefully it'll come back up tomorrow after the rain stops, or the next day. But all right, let's try that. I gotta take that strap off. I don't even like getting near this thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright. Try to get it down as fast as possible. Fast as possible without dropping out of the sky. Alright. It made it. At least without crashing down. Let's see if there's any fluid on that. Oh, where's it coming from? Oh, ha! I don't think it's the hydraulic hose. I think it's the piston or the ram leaking down, running down, and then onto the hose. Well, that makes me feel a little better, but it's a lot more work. But I mean, it is what it is. Do you see how this goes? I adjust this thing every time, and the clutch rod always misses, no matter what. Because once it locks down, it pushes this thing down. So maybe somebody could tell me if that's just a common thing or what. But that's pretty irritating. Well, I guess we'll be making a video of overhauling the pistons. Like I said, like I was gonna say, didn't have any problems with it, and I lifted this thing up, 50 times already, and that's the only issue. But no big deal, I guess. This has a small leak in it anyways. I usually put oil on it when I use it, but it does have a leak, because when I got it, this thing was stuck. So we'll have to do just an episode of changing the seals in this, and then we'll change the seals in the piston, and then maybe change the hoses if they look sketchy, any of them, but they all look pretty good. So we'll do an episode. So I know somebody was asking me to show them everything on that, and that's what I was talking about when I said we're gonna have to service the lift anyway. So all right, till tomorrow. All right, it's a beautiful day at Chick-fil-A, and gonna get this water pumped in. Finally. I just gotta grab my torque wrench, and I gotta find the bolts. Alright, I'm putting the gasket on, and I just wanted to point out a few things that I thought was odd. Got a random bolt, and it doesn't flip over. You can't put it this way, so you can't say it's universal, because it's... Oh, maybe you can, actually. No, see it? No, it doesn't. It will not fit that way. So absolutely goes this way, but it's got an extra hole, which I think is weird, and it has this big tab with a hole in it. I wonder what's up with that. I mean, obviously the gasket's probably for something else too, but even the one that was on the truck, you can see there was a spot for the hole, and there's nothing here. But just thought that was interesting. Maybe somebody could tell me why they have it like that. Alright. Got the surface all nice and cleaned up. old gasket off, or anything that was on there. Alright, I just put a very, very, very thin layer of silicone on it, front and back, because I mean, that's a big gap between there, and that'll keep it from slipping if it ever was to. Alright, I'm gonna, got all the bolts cleaned up. I'm gonna start putting it in. Okay, in there. Now I'm gonna just hand tight. I'm gonna go through. It's 10 pounds, and then 20 pounds, and then 30 pounds, for those of you that are curious. Alright, I'm cleaning up this pulley, the adjuster pulley, or the tensioner pulley for the serpentine belt. And I had this little cap on it, and I took it off, and I put a couple drops of oil in there. I don't know if I was supposed to, but I figured it wouldn't hurt. You guys have to tell me if that was a bad idea or not. Guess we'll know if it burns up someday. But this it feels really tight. There's no play at all in this pulley. I was gonna replace it, but I don't see a reason to, and it's pretty easy to get to, so not a big deal. All right. Next thing I'm doing is putting the fan in. I just put it in there because I got to put the mount in, but it was a lot easier to get it in there without the mount on and stuff. I was going to take it apart, take the fan off, but I was just worried that something's going to break, so I just said the hell with it. This was actually really easy to do anyways, and honestly, taking off all those bolts, trying to hold the fan from spinning, I mean, without the belts on, I'm sure it's a lot easier with the belts on. It's just a lot of work. So taking it off or putting it back on the same way I took it off, and then I'm going to grease it. I'm not going to forget to grease it. And so now I'm going to put the mount on so I can mount the fan back up and get the thermostat block here. Put that on. Okay, I got the fan mounted in there. I didn't bolt it up yet. I almost forgot to put the belts on first. That would have sucked. What I wanted to show you is that I didn't paint the serpentine grooves themselves because I figured that would be, and the pulley up there is loose, so if it's not lined up, that's why. But yeah, I didn't want to paint the serpentine pulleys too much because I figured the paint would screw up the belt, so I don't want that to happen. Alright, I'm gonna put the belts on now. There's the belts all on there. They look good. Everything went back together nicely. There's no issues at all. Alright, I got the block on for the thermostats. I got everything taped off still from when I painted it, but I'm going to put in the first piece of piping that goes to here. And then yeah, I'm gonna do that. I got this air actuator coming in the mail, so I got a new one before anybody says anything. Here's the piping. Got it all painted up nice. I greased up the O-ring. Ooh, I almost didn't see that. Good thing I looked. That would have sucked. And you can see I got a new O-ring with grease on it. So yeah. Alright, got that stuff out. But got my new clamps and a new piece of hose. Now I'm gonna put it on. Alright. Got that hose on with the new clamps. I painted that retainer. I don't know why. I'm just gonna paint over it all, but that's fine. I put the hose on the back here. It still kind of rubs a little bit. What I did was, this is the old one. As you can see, it came way out, and then they stuffed it behind this. So what I did is I went and got a new elbow, a shorter one, much shorter than this one, and it's not too bad, but we'll have to kind of keep an eye on it in case it starts to rub a little. But much much better. It makes a lot more sense than this, trying to go behind it. But, yeah. Alright, next is the thermostat housing on top. Put the new thermostats in the gasket. And, yeah, I'll show you the thermostats before I put them in. I came out this morning to work on the truck, and look at some little pod thing was climbing over around the truck last night. That's weird. Okay, I got all my brand new piping. No, just kidding. Just painted, but came out pretty good. I'm going to be putting all this piping on today. And, oh, I have to grab the thermostats. Alright, so got my thermostats here. And one of my viewers said to make sure I get the exact same one. So I went on eBay and I did exactly that. Here's this one's part number. Here's this one's part number. So by looks, they look exactly the same. This one says 173 degrees, and this one says 173 degrees. So see a little crack in there. Zoom in on things here. There we go. That's a lot clearer. You can see there's a crack in this one, this old one. 173. Where did I see it? Just there. See, 173 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's that one. 187 degrees. Come on, focus. 187 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's see if I can find that on this one. Yep, 187. It says it right there. So believe that's exactly what it's supposed to be. Look at this. That's a little different. Wonder if that matters. Alright, got my gasket also. It's time to finally put this back together. So, and I got the thermostat block here. I just got to pull the tape off the top of it. But, alright, let's go. Just a quick tip, good way to remember which one's which, is that this is the short fat one goes on the short spring, you know, like this, and then the tall skinny one goes on the tall skinny spring. I think they're the same size around, but their lengths are different, so that's how I remember. And I watched the other video to make sure I got it right. Alright, I had my viewers tell me there should be a hole drilled in this. I think it was this thermostat housing. See my the coolant filter off the International that I cut. I taped it up and then screwed it to the bottom so no paint would get on there. But I still don't know what you're talking about. Which hole? There is a hole right there. It's drilled out. Oh man, I didn't drill it out, but it's there for the filter. I'm not sure if that's the one you guys are talking about. That's the only hole in this housing. So you guys will have to let me know down below exactly where it was, but hopefully it's there, because if that's the right hole, then that'll make me feel better. If not, then oh boy. Another thing to note is that I'm not putting any silicone on this gasket, just so that way I don't take a chance of getting any silicone on the thermostats themselves, because I do not want that to happen. Drop that little fella in there. Drop this one in there. Alright. You can see, but everything's nice and lined up. It's going to make a happy little sandwich. And now I'll crank it down. These ones are also 30 pounds. Okay, got it all back together. Now, I did buy a lot of new bolts for stuff because some of the bolts were pretty sketchy. So, as you can see. But, alright, now I gotta figure out how all this piping went. I think this one went back there, and then this other one went here, if I remember correctly. So, and the screen goes there in this one also. So, alright, I'm gonna get some hoses cut, get that screen, and start putting these back together. One thing I forgot to mention here is all these hose clamps. I went on Amazon and I bought a whole kit with all the hose clamps, and it comes with boxes with even more hose clamps, which is really cool. So, pretty sure I got hose clamps for a long time. This was $75, so, but obviously we're not going to use them all on this truck. But yeah, that's that. So I found a solution for that coolant line, and I made my own. And you can see I just changed the fittings on the pipe to brake line fitting, and it's the same size line, 1/4 inch line, so I assume it should work the same, and it'll be a lot easier to change if I ever have to change it in the future. But yeah, thought that was kind of neat. Maybe you guys could well, we'll see how it goes, and then if it works out good, then I would say fix your lines with this if you got that style. See, line fits pretty nice. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I guess that wraps it up for the lines, or for the hoses here on the engine part. And don't worry about the wiring, because the wiring is probably, this is all going to probably end up coming off and getting redone anyways. I got this, the hell was it called? The alarm stat, that's what it was. The alarm stat's coming in the mail. I ordered a whole pile of electrical parts for this thing, so it's that's going to be in the next video though. But alright, I got the turbo pipe to put back on. What else? Oh, and then I got to do, obviously, tomorrow we're going to flush the radiator, and we'll flush the whole system of what's left here, and we'll finish up the hoses and stuff. If I didn't have to work on that bulldozer all day, this would already be done, but that's alright. You guys will get the video a day late, so blame the old man, not me. Another thing here. Yes, these are silicone hoses, and I did not put silicone hoses on the rest of the truck because Napa didn't have any, and I didn't think I'd find any, to be honest with you. But this whole system, don't forget, this whole system is coming off this truck as soon as I find a regular flow radiator. So basically all this is going to be changed. So this is kind of pointless, but I need to get this truck, you know, at least so I can run it and at least make sure everything's good, because I really haven't even messed with it. Also, I got to get to the rear ends and stuff. I got to get to that front rear end to check out that power divider. But yeah, that's, I had to anyways, I had to put silicone hoses on this. You can see how they got little bulges in them, because it's not 1 inch. These pipes on the ends are not 1 inch, and they're not 1 1/4. So what the hell are they? Let me show you. Here's the hose that was off the end of those pipes. Here's 1 inch. Here's 1 1/4. It's bigger than 1 inch, smaller than 1 1/4. Now, maybe you guys can tell me, is there 1 1/8 inch? Because every parts store I go to goes, there's no, you know, nothing in between these two. So I don't really know what to do here. But this stuff at least fit tight, and there is, you know, no way it was going to come off, because now that I got those together, I can't even get them apart. But, and the 1 1/4 was just way too loose. It would just fall right off if the clamps weren't on it. So, I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. I mean, unless these are a special Cummins part or something, I don't know. But, yeah. Also, this is the 1-inch hose from Napa, and I wasn't going to put this on the end of that pipe. So I think I made a better decision by using this 1-inch silicone. And now I have extra hoses for the new coolant system. Running good now. For now, this thing breaks every time we touch it, so we'll see. Alright guys, it's the next day. Of course it's raining, but I'm going to flush this radiator. I'm going to push the water in through the bottom, up through the top, and I got the hose sitting here so I'll know when it's full. And we're going to try to get all this green antifreeze out of the radiator part, and then we're going to flush the engine part. So I have to make sure I get all the green out because I'm putting red antifreeze in it. Got Fleet Charge here. JC Smith recommended to buy this stuff. This is what he buys. So, and it's red, so I got to make sure they don't mix. But all right, I'm going to start doing this now. All right. Nothing but pure water coming out of there now. And I learned a few things. This reservoir on top is not part of the radiator. I mean, it is. It's attached to it, but it doesn't flow through the radiator. It feeds through here. And this is an air hose, or reliefs the air, and it has a little, I think it goes up into the tank because it doesn't flow until it's completely full. So there's that. And I thought this was all plugged up or something, so I took this little sending unit off to get a good look in there, and it's nice and clean. So that makes me happy. So nice free flow right through the radiator, so I'm happy with that. All right, next is the block. Alright, on the back of the aftercooler here, there's a drain. Well, it's supposed to have a spigot on it, but it's broken off. But I took that out, and I'm glad I did, because a bunch of green antifreeze came out, and then water started coming out. So you got to make sure you get that. Gonna go get another one of these. And let's see it. There was a shut-off valve on top of the engine here for the engine or the diesel warmer, and it's completely seized. It was completely seized closed, so I thought I had closed it, but I guess not. I'm gonna have to head over to Home Depot, try to get one of these, and try to get that spigot. Here's the spigot. So I'm gonna go try to find one of these. I don't know. It's just this part. This part comes off, but hopefully they got one, something like it. Yep, I remembered to grab the one underneath the radiator too, so I can get that. Alright, I drove around and I couldn't find one of these valves, so I ended up just taking it apart, cleaning it up, and now it spins by hand. I just wanted to show you something I kind of built for it. This was the original handle, and it had 12 points or whatever. And I found this old spigot handle that's square. So I took the bench grinder and I just squared it off, and now it fits right on there. So I thought some of you would think that's kind of clever, but see, look at this new. Alright guys, that's every hose double clamped lower hoses, just for a little added security, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's all the hoses except for the heater core hoses. Let me explain why. So, where is it? This is a 3/4 inch hose, this bottom one, and this is a 3/4 inch hose. And you can see there is quite a bit of thickness difference here. I mean, they're much bigger. And yeah, you would think these would be better, but problem is, and see, here's the 5/8 one too, is much bigger. And the problem is that I can't get it to slide through the holes in the floor for the heater core. Up in there. Alright, got the heater core hoses on. Got them clamped down here. I have to, I didn't flush the heater core yet, so I'm going to pull the hoses off and run the hose through it first before I completely hook them up permanently. I got them shoved through the floor here. I just had to throw some grease on them, and with enough lubricant and enough will, you'll get anything through any hole. So that took about 20 minutes, but I got it in there. And I realized I'm a hose short. I gotta get a little more 3/4 inch hose, which I might. I shoved quite a bit through there, so there might be enough in there I can trim this off and use it, but we'll see when I lower the cab. Also, there's this little bleeder on the back of the oil cooler here. There was no green antifreeze in it, but I'm glad I'm flushing it anyways. I have no idea how that just happened, but why did it happen? You gotta be kidding me. I never grab a hold of that thing. Motherfucker. Alright, I was lucky and I was able to get it back in there. I just took the orange strap and I wrapped it around it, and I came back to here and then just ratcheted it so it came back up. And then I slowly lowered it down and it slid back in, straightened itself out. That was scary. Ugh. Stressful. I think because I had it sitting up for a couple days, and maybe the slide got sticky. Maybe I pulled on it. I don't remember. I know better than to do it. It even says right on it not to do that, not to pull on it. Maybe I bent it a little bit. It says right here, do not pull on it. So I never pull on it for that reason. I know better. So I don't know if I must have grabbed it by accident once and didn't realize it. Stressful. But yeah, I gotta be way more careful with that in the future. I gotta keep an eye on it when it's going down, because it completely stopped the cab. So that was a lot of pressure on that. Jelly green, making me stressed. Stressing me out. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna wrap it up for part 2 of the cooling system on this truck. I'm waiting for the alarm stat to come in and the air solenoid for the fan, and a few other parts to finish up the coolant system. So I'll just put that in the beginning of the first video. The next video is just going to be all electrical stuff, and then I can run it for a while and maybe we'll go for a little cruise around the yard. But yeah, alright, now it's time for the second favorite thing I like to do in this series, which is give channel shout out. First one on the list is Cabover Gary. This guy has a very nice cabover Freightliner truck, a flatbed, and he gave us a shout out on his channel, so I'm going to return the favor. He also said he can get us one of these handles, possibly. He did a video of walking through a junkyard, and he pointed it out that I need one of these, and I do, because I broke the other one off on the other side. So hook us up, buddy. So yeah, go subscribe to him, and tell him Not For Hire sent you. Next on the list is Davis & Sons. I really like this channel. It's a guy and his family, and they live out on a farm. They have cows. They got a real nice stretched yellow cab over truck that he works. I don't want to say every day, but it seems like every day probably. And yeah, just a pretty good channel. He's got equipment. He works on trucks. He does all kinds of stuff. So go check out them. Tell them Not For Hire sent you. Next one on the list is CM Works. CM Works is working on a Dodge cab over truck. I believe it's a dump body. It's got a big body on the back. Pretty cool truck. It's pretty rough, but this kid's trying real hard to get this thing going, and I think he's really enjoying himself. It's pretty fun to watch, and I think he'll get it going here shortly. So go give him a subscribe to him and tell him Not For Hire sent you. All right. The next one is a small channel that's just getting started, and he gave me a shout out on his channel, so I'm gonna return the favor to him, and that's Wayne Tweed. Wayne Tweed's got square body trucks. He's doing an LS swap in one right now, and he's got a few older trucks too that he does some walkarounds on. So go check him out and tell him Not For Hire sent you. All right. The next segment here is giving country shout out, but it's more like a little bit of everything. You got countries, states, provinces, everything. So here we go. Russia, Manchester, UK, Wisconsin, Australia, New Zealand. You guys are awesome. I love Australia, New Zealand's always in the comments. You guys got a lot of really, really nice cab overs down there. And don't forget, all you guys can send me pictures to either Not For Hire Square Body on Instagram or Facebook, and videos, whatever. I'll watch them. I always respond. I respond to everybody. I respond to everybody in the comments too. So, or I at least like it. So, don't forget you could do that. But moving on here. Italy. I'm Italian, by the way. Half my family's from Genoa, Italy, and the other half is from Sicily. South Holland, Bosnia, Curacao, India, England, Bulgaria, Netherlands, Illinois, Canada, Chinchilla, Australia, Brazil, Sydney, Australia, and Florida. Also, Ireland. So, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Jolly Green. And next time, like I said, we'll be doing electrical work and hopefully be cruising this old girl around the yard. I got to go get tires, and then we're going to get into brakes in the following video. So we got a lot of work to do still, but we're getting there. Little by little, she's getting done. I appreciate you guys hanging in there, and until next time, thanks for watching.